Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the LEGO Disney 100 Mini Steamboat Willie. It is set number 40659, comes with 424 pieces, plus one minifigure, and was a gift with purchase in October 2023, with any purchase of LEGO Disney, Marvel, or Star Wars purchases of $100 or more. This is the second time LEGO decided to do the Steamboat Willie, the first one being the LEGO Ideas set, of which I did a review of just the day before this release. Link in the top right corner of the screen if you haven't seen that video already. But I gotta admit, I'm glad that they decided to bring it back for Disney 100, even if it was only a gift with purchase, as this was the very first, as Steamboat Willie was the very first thing that Walt Disney put out under the Walt Disney Studios IP. And of course, very happy to once again get a Steamboat Willie Mickey, since this was also his very first appearance on screen. Taking a look at the box art, the set looks rather accurate to what you see on the screen, completely with the paddle boats, the two steam stacks, plus the crane on the back of the boat. Although I will say that I do believe the wheelhouse kind of got a bit shrunk. In fact, you can actually see the wheel right there. But it does, but the box does look really good with that Disney 100 box art style on it. On the top of the box, you can see the Mickey minifigure in a one-to-one image. And taking a look at the back, you can see that somehow, some way, they managed to get the two main functions of the LEGO Ideas Steamboat Willie into this little set, with those being the moving smokestacks and the spinning paddle wheel. Oh, this box does have tape on it, not the push tabs, so you can open the box without damaging it. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. And let's take a look what all we got in here. We got 1, 2, 3 bags of four bags of parts. Oh, make that 5. Okay, that's quite a few bags except for a gift of purchase. But then again, 424 parts is actually quite a bit too, even for a $100 gift of purchase. Anyway, we got to the instruction manual here. Mine's a little bent, but not too bad. And you got the usual image of the set on the front, same image as on the front of the box. Plus, I don't think this one actually looks CG. It looks pretty real. We once again have an ad for paper bags, and they said without them, we once again have a just a little breakdown of the Steamboat Willie. Yeah, much like we did in the LEGO Ideas project. It's in English, Spanish, and French. And we just jump straight into the build. In the back, we have our parts list and no ads for other sets. So we'll go ahead and jump into the time lapse of this set. The build of the set, starting right now. Alright, the build is done. I'd say that took about, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Or partly due to, one thing was I had to stop the build real quick because I thought I heard someone at the door. I didn't. But also, I kind of made a bit of a mistake when it came to a couple pieces, so I kind of had to take part of it apart. Anyway, we'll go ahead and start off with the Mickey figure. He looks pretty good, but rather similar to the Mickey figures that we've gotten before, and the classic, black and white look. Headmo looks really good. No misprints anywhere. Hat is basically the same that we've gotten basically since the LEGO Ideas Steamboat Willie, with the exception of the top of the hat being black instead of the metallic gray. But we did get this version of the hat with the Mickey from the Series 2 minifigure line. The one downside is the legs. This is the only Mickey of these classic, black and white Mickey figures we've gotten that doesn't have dual molded legs. In fact, I got the proof right here. First off, we got the Lego Ideas Steamboat Willie with the dual molded legs. Then we've got that that Disney Series 2 Mickey. Mine does have a little bit of spillover with the nose, but he does have the dual molded legs. And then we have the Mickey from the Walt Disney Tribute Camera. Once again, dual molded legs. This is the only one that doesn't have them. Well, but that might simply because it's a gift for purchase. They had to cut the price somewhere. So I guess Mickey doesn't get his iconic shorts. Anyway, taking a look at the Steamboat Willie itself, I gotta admit, this thing's bigger than what I thought it would be on the box. I'd say at least twice as big. At least twice as big. I mean, this thing is actually pretty solid build. Once again, take a look on the underneath. You can see the gears that make the paddle wheels spin and the smokestacks move. And once again, it's quite a bit more colorful on the inside than it is on the outside. But once again, like I said, this was made in 1928. You probably wouldn't want to have a color Steamboat Willie. But once again, like I said, much like with the Lego Ideas Steamboat Willie, they actually managed to get the gears into the boat to be able to move the paddle wheels and move the smokestacks. I will say with the smokestacks, I don't think that the first one that should be a full section higher, because take a look in the cartoon. The smokestacks, while they do have the whole up and down motion, if they're at a point there is a point in time where it's like the height is even, so it's like I almost feel like they're kind of overcompensating. But taking a look, it actually rolls rather easily. Yeah, as does the boat itself rolls rather easily, as do the paddle wheels and the smokestacks. Actually, read somewhere, or I believe it was on Brickset, that the designer of this thing, uh, when they decided to do the gift this as a gift with purchase, they didn't think that the function was necessary, but he felt like it would be a missed opportunity. So he went and pulled an all-nighter trying to figure out how to get that to work. And I gotta admit, I'm glad he did that. It turned out really nice. I will say, the build of the set definitely gets repetitive with the paddle wheels, because you have to build, all the paddles separately. There's 8 on each wheel, and there's 2 wheels, so there's 2 paddle wheels. So you have to build these guys 16 times. So yeah, that's a lot of, that's pretty repetitive, and you get tired of it. Honestly, I got tired of it before I even finished the first paddle wheel. So yeah, it's a lot. So yeah, it's a lot of small pieces going into one section. But I gotta say, the end result definitely looks nice. I will say that. The interior, there's not much going on in the interior. It's kind of just the gears, airs and stuff to make the smokestacks move up and down. So once again, you can't really access the interior, much like with the big one. But they do have a small section that's technically supposed to be the wheelhouse. But as you can see, they changed it up quite a bit because it's an open top. But there is enough space in there to put Mickey up top there. And you do have a couple of accessories, much like with the Lego Ideas Steamboat Willies. You got the flag on the front. Once again, you got the bucket for either the bucket of water or for the potatoes Mickey's peeling. They have to change up how they did the the whistles, considering they were on top of the wheelhouse. So they replaced them with like the candle pieces turned upside down, and I gotta say, I kind of like that look. Plus, you also got the crane in the back. Okay, it's not as functional or as the bigger one. Who's surprised there? But it does turn a pretty solid in the mount, and you can kind of adjust the crane itself, the crane and the hook itself. Plus, you kind of got a bunch of bricks back here with the one by one tiles to represent the like cargo crates. So all in all, it's a pretty solid representation of the Steamboat Willie in a smaller scale. Speaking of scale, I'll go ahead and bring the big one over here, and you can kind of see. I'd say it's about, I don't know, maybe. Hmm, I'd say it's about half the size of the original Steamboat Will of the Lego Ideas Steamboat Willie. So all in all, it's actually a pretty solid. It's actually a pretty solid build, and plus, believe it or not, you want if you still want to get a hold of this and weren't able to do that, believe it or not, you can get a hold of this thing for as little as $10, brand new sealed. If you guys don't mind paying for international shipping, or if you're in the U.S., you can get for as little as $40. Here's a brand new sealed. That's less than half of what the original necessary price was for when this thing was a GWP. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know if this thing just didn't, if people just didn't want this thing, or if it just didn't sell well when it was a gift of purchase. But yeah, kind of crazy. You can get it for that cheap. About a good couple years after this thing left the stopping a gift with purchase. So yeah, if you guys want to get a hold of this thing, yeah, you can definitely do that because there are still quite a few brickling sellers selling this thing brand new sealed for a pretty decent price. So all in all, so if you guys are like big Disney fans and want, much like me, love what Lego did with Disney 100, yeah, I see no reason why not to pick this thing up. This is great. I love it. So that'll be my review on this little gift for purchase. Thanks for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell to be notified of all videos as soon as they become available. Check out my channel and some more of my content on the end screen in just a few seconds. And I will see you all in the next video. Later, everybody.